we've got a bunch of great people coming up, and we're going to start right now with Miz Meliz, who I know as Melissa, because she's my first cousin, and I love her very much. And I'm really glad that she's here tonight to finally share her words with us.
Well, thank you for allowing me the opportunity. I want that book there for effect, but we'll just go with this printed word here. I wrote this a long time ago. I guess you could say it's a true story. It's called The Funky Tree. There's a palm tree in the yard across the street from my house. It's one of those strange old trees. It's got lots of layers on its trunk, and it sways in the wind. The trunk of that tree is brown and tan and black and gray, and its texture looks rough to the touch. The other day, while I was getting in the shower, something caught my attention. I was glancing out the bathroom window, and even through the glass and steam and water, I could still see it. It was that funky tree across the street, and I became entranced. As I glanced in its direction, I noticed something unusual. I had that feeling that you get when someone is watching me. Someone was watching me from that strange old funky tree. For a moment, it looked like a woman sitting on the roof of the house across the street. She was sitting cross-legged, like a yogi. She posed tall, back erect, head lifted, body straight. Her long arms were wrapped about her legs, draping over each knee. She was discovering her chi. She was focusing on something. She was focusing on me. She was watching me from that funky tree. Her long gray and green hair was wildly waving in the air. Her body was still, perfectly still. As she sat there watching me, she was sizing me up, studying me from that funky tree. I couldn't stop looking that way. I wanted to know what she had to say. I tried to forget about it. I finished my shower, I got dressed. Then in trance, I had to look again. I had to see what was happening to the funky tree that I could see through my bathroom window that is in the yard of the house across the street. That weird old thing, no longer a woman. No, she was gone. And not a tree either. That tree had somehow morphed into a new shape, a new being. That tree had encapsulated a new image. I thought I saw a boy at first, but it was a boy and a girl in an embrace. They were hugging and kissing, their limbs interlaced, right there on the top of the roof of the house across the street, right where that palm tree used to be. What were they doing there, living life on the edge? They had not a care in the world. They were not aware of me at all as I stared, watching them, sizing them up, studying them right there on that funky tree. Then suddenly my concentration broke. I took a breath. My mind awoke. I knew I needed to stop obsessing. I promised myself I would not look at it again, not even a glance. I would not take that chance. I was afraid of what I might see next time I look at the funky tree. Time passed. And seasons changed. A new day dawned as time elapsed. And I just happened to look out the window of my bathroom at the house across the street. I could not help myself, and at the tree I glanced. It was something new. The colors were a pretty hue. They were lighter shades of brown and gray and blue. Then I saw him. He was just a wee lad. He couldn't be more than 4 or 5. There was a little boy peeking out from behind it. He was behind that funky tree on the roof of the house across the street, and he was playing peekaboo with me. My thoughts raced. Hold on, don't fall, as I watched him grasping so gingerly to the bright green leaves of the funky tree. He was laughing and giggling joyfully, just looking around, seeing what he could see. He climbed and dangled from high atop of the old gray palm. Playing a game of I Spy inconspicuously, he took notice of me, looking at him through the window of my bathroom, watching him, sizing him up, studying him. He laughed and grinned as he ducked behind his fortress, and once again was hidden behind the old strange tree. He disappeared from my view, it's true. He was so wise under the guise of that funky tree. I said aloud, "Go on, little guy. Don't worry why. Go on and play. I'll see you again someday." A new day arrived, and I contrived I would no longer be caught in the web of thought. That funky old tree hasn't any hold on me. I would no longer ponder over and over about what was taking place on the roof of the house across the street. So, why not take a look and see what I can see? What would be happening on that old palm tree? Soft breezes blow that faded golden branches in the sun's sweet glow, and something called my name. As I peered through the window pane, I was drawn to the image across the lane. And it was a woman again. A lovely young lady holding her baby. For a moment, I consider this apparition to be the Madonna and Child. She could be Mother Earth holding baby time. Either way, the vision is fine, and the privilege all mine. The transcendent femme was holding him tenderly in her arms on the roof of the house across the street, however miraculously that could be. The babe was nursing, suckling and thriving while living on the branches of the tree of life. That funky, strange old tree in the yard of the house across the street. They appeared warm and free. She smiled at him lovingly as the wind blew through her soft, shiny hair. The sun shone on her face as she tightened her embrace. They were alone in their bliss, and I saw her don a kiss on the head of her cherubim. How could I be so incredibly proud? They were not in the least interested in me as I uttered aloud, "Go in peace, my angels, go in peace." In my heart they rest, forever basking in their timeless love, forsaking everything that has or ever will exist, at least that I myself observed high above, in the yard of the house across the street, by that strange old funky tree.